We are live, baby. Yo, guys, welcome. This is at the Get Down. We're live at the Get Down. Today is, what is it? February what? 27th? February 27th? My name is Seach. We are here live at the Get Down Dance Studios. I'm gonna do some live drills and we're gonna do some beginning dance drills, some isolations, if you will. All right. But before that, let's just warm up. I'm gonna play some song and let's warm up. During the warm up part, don't even worry about how to do it correctly. All right. The first 10 minutes, we're just gonna get the body going. All right. Okay. Here we go. Hang with me. Let's get some music going. All right. And for those that are joining me, drop in the chat. Let me know who you are, where you are. I should be able to see, hold on a second. I'm going to get on the chat right now so I can see who you are. Let me see. All right. Okay, here we go. So, let's just warm up. Y'all hit a beat. Right there. This is just a simple knee bounce right there. Bounce, bounce. Side to side. Double it, double it. Single. Now for those that are dropping the chats, I'll be able to read it later. Because while I'm moving, I don't want to disturb the warm-up by going back and forth. Okay? Now watch that little twist, heel twist out. You know what I'm saying? I started with the lean. From the lean, I'm able to twist my heel out. And then I take away the lean. Just the twist. Make that into more of a slide. Okay? Alright, let me check. Who is this? Apex? What is up? Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Here we go. Get that slide in. Now you guys notice the body kind of doing this. I kind of call it like a figure eight. I'm doing like a figure eight with it. Okay? You can do that with your knees together, or you can start going weight shift. And then if you allow your arms to relax, see that? Without the legs. Notice the bounce is still there. You see how we did the build up? Right? So first we just have the bounce. Then we have the shifting with the weight. You see how the heel just goes out. Then I add the shoulder. Add more shifting. Y'all see that, right? It's on stages. Learn the stages. Then you start adding more levels. Okay? All starts with this. Because if you can't do that part, the rest is not gonna be good. Everything is building on top of each other. Okay, makes sense? So drop in the comments if you have questions down below. And again, hey guys, my name is Seach, and we are here. I'm gonna try to do this as much as possible, but sometimes I just can't get to the studio. right on time. So if I'm here, whenever I'm here, I do these get down practices. And again, if you guys want to follow me, Tuesdays and Thursday nights, I do some beginning popping drill. All right. So let's see right here. We have Kumar, Shivdan Kumar. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. So thank you for the drop in. All right, let's keep this going. All right. Again, the first thing we're doing is a bounce. You can never do this too much. Okay. This always has to be correct. Remember the shift. You gotta learn how to shift. Okay? If you keep it right here, that's the first level. Second level is know how to go from one leg to another. This is really to experience or express your weight shifting. Back to this, okay? Now, what I want to show you is another variation. I'm going to keep on the heel. My weight's on the heel. You see how I'm pivoting on the ball of my feet? Actually, I'm pivoting on the heel of my feet, my ball. The ball of my feet is going side, side. Okay? Go slow. Now, you're going to go a little bit faster. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Now, we're going to do two of them. Check it out. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Two pivot, two heel pivot. Let's do 4 right now, 4. Okay? Try it again, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 2 more times, here we go. One more time. All right, good, good, good. Now, same idea, we've got to be able to shift side to side. Check it out. Here. Okay? So, give that a try. If this is the first time you try it, don't worry about it. It might stumble a little bit, all right? Again, here we go. 5, 6, 7. Again. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to double the same side. Double the side. Check it out. Double. Okay. 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. We're going to go single, single, double. Drummers call this paradiddle. Here we go. Single, single, double. Double. Okay? So, memorize that pattern. Single side, and then double. Single side, and then double. All right? Let's take a quick break right now. Any questions right now, go ahead, drop it in the chat below. Let me know if there's any questions. Some of you guys right now, I see Yeah, let me know where you're from, where you're chatting from. Love to connect with everybody. Let's make this world a better dance place. Right here, y'all see this? I don't know if you guys read this. This is hey, I see, is it Jao? From Brazil. What's up, what's up? This is from California, shouting out the world. What's up, Brazil? What's up, Brazil? We got, yeah, man, cool. Again, this shirt is from Culture Shock, the mission. Culture Shock mission. But it should be the mission of the world, okay? Okay, here we go. Let's get back to a paradiddle. Single, double. Let me do it a few more times, then I'm going to start. I'm going to explain all the little details that I have. 5, 6, here we go. I'm going to go one more time. 5, 6, 7. Okay, here we go. I'm going to lower the volume. So this move, to me, is more of a house move, but it's a jacking move, if you will. But it's a great warm-up move, okay? I always start with this one, remember? Right here, just down, okay? What are the things that you gotta do when you start pivoting on the heel, though? It's gotta make sure your weight is right at the heel, okay? So you should be able to lift up the toe slightly. But if your weight is right here, towards the front, that's too much. So you gotta make sure you're here. There's a slight difference. You guys see this? Look, watch the side view. If I'm in the front, right here, look how much I'm leaning forward. But now to pivot on the ball of my feet, you guys, if you draw a straight line from my heel, then I'm back here, okay? Versus here. So if I'm bouncing, normally I'm bouncing, you see how I'm leaning forward. See the slight difference? Versus if I'm here, then I'm going. Okay, so there's a slight shift in weight. You gotta have the weight in the heel, on the heel of your feet. Okay? Let me take some questions real quick. Okay, Kumar, you asked how to create 8-count moves with your arms, leg, chest, with one and okay. Let me tackle that one a little bit later. Let me kind of answer what I'm going to talk about with this move first, all right? So the first thing is you gotta understand your weight. Where's the front or the back? So now for this move, you gotta be on the heel of feet, so that you can pivot. Okay? So when I tell beginners to start with this one, keep your knees slightly bent. Okay? You could go out, in. Okay? You don't need to worry so much about the up, down, but eventually you do. So what I do is this. I'm gonna go down. You see how I bend my knees just a little bit more? Down, then up. Down, up. Okay? So I go 1 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and. I'm gonna do that 2 times. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and. Okay? Now let's do it 4 times. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So if you can do 2 or 4s, then you can train up to get to the 8. Okay? When I'm doing that, and this is partly, I'm trying to answer some of your questions, Kumar, is you said, how do I graph? Is that what you say? How do you create 8 counts moving with your arms, leg, and chest? So you talk about if I understand your questions correctly, you're asking, how do you create choreography with your arms and legs and things like that? That's a very good question. It's more of an advanced question, but it's still a good question for anybody who's thinking about creating something. First of all, my thing is this: don't rush into trying to do something too complicated. My theory is this: you got to know how to control one thing real well, and then you can control 2 things real well. Okay? If you can't control one thing, don't try to do 4 things at the same time. That's my theory, and that's my philosophy, and that's how I teach. Okay? So first of all, get one thing. My first thing is this: make sure your balance is good. If your balance sucks, everything is going to start moving around. It's not going to look good. However you create it. Okay? Whatever you could create, it probably won't even look good if your balance is not good. So get your balance good first, all right? So once that's there, then we can talk about creating other stuff. And we will get there soon, okay? So first thing is this, get the balance right. And what I do is when I do that, I try to eliminate all the other movements. So basically isolation, all right? Isolation means, okay, I'm gonna focus on the legs only. Head is not gonna move, shoulder's not gonna move, arms not gonna move. So when I do this, I kind of keep my arms here, here, here. Notice how when I do this move, there's no other movements, right? So here. Now what I want to do is, remember how I say there's a shifting here, here. Now I'm controlling this now, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's controlling your shift, okay? Now if I'm putting it together, there's two things going on. There's this, You see how I'm adding the pivot movement as well as the tilting movement, okay? And both look good because I trained them and I know how to do both of them. If I don't know how to do each individual one nicely, putting it together may or may not look good, may or may not have the control that you want. So whenever I teach, I say you gotta be able to do each individual isolation cleanly and then do it together 2 at a time. Eventually you're gonna add 3 at a time. So for example, let's say if I wanna add, I don't know, snapping your arm. So I'm gonna snap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So now I'm gonna be able to do here with this. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now I want to add the third thing, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So hopefully that answers your question. And that's 3 items. There's 3 things going on, right? So maybe you want to add another head. So you could get as complicated as you want. Whoever is the choreographer, in this case, it would be you. If you're the choreographer, you could add more stuff. But I say if you want to do a clean routine, you got to be able to demonstrate, especially if you're the choreographer and you want to be able to explain to your dance mates, your teammate, your students, whoever it is you're trying to show. If you can't do it individually cleanly, it doesn't matter. You can't do it. Okay, just because you conjure up some moves, but if you can't do it individually nicely, I say you won't be able to do them correctly. So that's my opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinion. Okay, so that's me. So anyways, let's get back down to this move right here. So what I'm doing is I'm just keeping my arm still. I'm not adding this. I'm just having here, pivoting on the heel of my feet, but also tilting. Okay, I'm tilting, and also the little up down. Here, boom, boom, back, boom, boom. Okay, so let's get that a try. I'm gonna pop the music in. You guys should feel free to do it with me. And again, if you have any questions, guys, pop it in the comments below, or not the below, comments on the side. Let me know, and I can answer the questions. And everybody out there, again, every Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, I don't know where that is, but you got to find out. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Feel free to join me. I'm going to do some popping drills. But today, it's about the stand-up. All right? So, get some music on. Here we go. We always start with the bounce. Notice my toes, my heels, they're about shoulder width apart. Now I'm gonna hit it. You see how I add different variations, right? Sometimes I go right, sometimes I go left, sometimes I go 2 times. So as far as warm-up, again, it's up to you to create different patterns, okay? Let's see what we got. We got something. All right. So Kumar, you asked what my thoughts are on hip-hop freestyle. That's a very general question, so my general answer would be, I love it. I love hip-hop freestyle. Let me stop the music for a second. Okay. Again, I really encourage everybody to drop in questions. Right now, as you can tell, the channel is small. Everybody who comments right now, I can answer the questions. I know there's some channels out there that are pretty big, and once you start asking questions, the questions may be missed. I like to get to everybody's question. I like to answer it all. So if you guys are here right now, I value your time, and hopefully you guys value mine as well. So I got, again, I don't know how it's pronounced, if it's the last name or first name or last name, but I'm just gonna call you Kumar, okay? Hopefully that's no disrespect. It's easier for me to just call you Kumar. So Kumar, you asked me what my thoughts, hold on real quick, what my thoughts are on hip hop freestyle. And again, I love it. Hip hop freestyle. Here's another thing though. We're gonna get a little bit deep into some terminology, okay? What is hip hop? Hip hop is a whole culture, right? A lot of, especially here now in our channel, we associate hip hop with a dance style. I understand that, cool. So if we're talking about the hip hop dance style, cool. Now, even within that, what is the true hip hop dance style though? This is a little bit of education time, right? True hip hop dance style, to me, when I first learned it, is breaking, is b-boying, all right? But now, the world, as if you will, distinguish b-boying from hip hop freestyle. Now we see hip hop freestyle as more of R&B dances. We dance to more of the R&B songs, pop songs, popular songs, right? What you see Michael Jackson does, what you see the boy bands, what they do, you know, Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson, guys, girls, it doesn't matter. A lot of Korean, you know, K-pop, they call it K-pop, right? K-pop dancers, they call that hip hop. So, to me, most world calls that hip hop dancing. I accept that, that's cool. Hip hop is almost like a street term for, an umbrella term for all the street dance, okay? But originally I want to give tribute and knowledge and credit, basically credit to the original hip hop dance style, which is b-boying, all right? So if your question is what I think about b-boying, I love it just as well. I used to do more b-boying when I was younger with my group, but I'm more focused, my love is more on the funk styles, such as, you know, popping and locking. I still love the hip hop party dances, house dances, the New Jack styles, you know, the Running Man, you know, these party dances. So if that's what you're talking about, you know, I love it anyways. If you're talking about b-boying, I love it. All the dance styles. I love salsa. I love I even love ballroom dancing. Any good dancing that makes me go, wow. They really show, whoever the artist is, whoever the dancer is, if they're able to show the music throughout their body, through the body, to me that's dancing, period. And I give much respect. You know, you don't have to be a professional dancer. Any dancers that show passion through their movement and shows respect by practicing the craft, okay? People that I know there's some people that try and mimic it, but they don't really value it. They kind of just, you know, tackle it along, whatever. Then that's about as much respect I give them. But if they respect the art, if they really try, you know, to put effort into learning, I respect those the same as they respect this art. So hopefully that answers the question. I got some more questions right here. I'm gonna move this over so you guys can see me when I'm reading Okay, so I see Victor. I'm gonna just call you Victor. I don't know how to pronounce the first name. I don't know if it's Jao or Victor Rocha. I'll just call you Victor. I can see Victor. So you said you have a hard time coordinating your head on the choreo because the other parts of the body it can make it look cool, more clean. But when I record myself dancing, my head looks weird. That's a good question. That's a good comment. Okay, I think a lot of people will do that too. Here's the reason why. I think a lot of times when you move your head, the equilibrium kind of throws you off, right? It's really easy to get dizzy. Like for example, if you dip your head to the side, a lot of quick turns and things like that, it's really easy to lose your balance, all right? And I want to say it's normal. If you've never done it a lot, it's normal. But this gives you so much respect for the people that can do it, and it seems like they're not losing their balance, right? So it takes balance. It takes a lot of practice to be able to, stabilize your equilibrium. I mean, think about gymnasts, right? Think about those Olympic athletes who can spin. Those skaters, right? They can spin for so long, and all of a sudden they stop and everything's fine. If any of you guys ever tried it, I remember when I was a kid, you spin around for a long time, and once you stop, you can't even stand still, all right? That's the same idea, right? How are these people able to do that? It's not that they're born differently from us, it's just because they practice so much more. So dancers are able to do it, all right? So Victor, you could do it too. You just need to put a lot more practice in so that you don't get dizzy, because when you don't get dizzy, then you can control your head better. Once you control your head better, I guarantee you that when you watch yourself, it won't seem so weird anymore. Okay, so I just want to encourage you to keep practicing. What you're doing is the right thing. You videotape yourself, okay, and you see, hey, I don't like this part. My arms, my legs look good, my head doesn't look good. I suspect that it's just because you just need a little bit more practice in that. Okay, hopefully that helps you, Victor. All right. So bad language. No, I mean your English is fine. Your English is, I guarantee you, it's 1,000 times better than my Portuguese. So hey, I welcome it, man. No worries about it. So Kumar, you said you feel nervous about performing. Can you share some practical tip overcoming stage anxiety? Man, I wish there was something that's easy for me to just say, and then you could overcome the anxiety, right? It's just practice. You just got to do it over and over and over again, all right? So this will be a question for anybody out there. The first time you ever got on stage to deliver a speech, right? I remember when I was in elementary school, having to give a speech in front of a class. I was so nervous. That anxiety, right? If I'm dancing or getting up on stage to perform, that anxiety, that nervousness is there. But it diminishes as I do it over and over and over again, okay? So as far as I know, maybe some of you out there who have performed or know some sort of magic trick that you can just overcome the anxiety, share with me, let me know. As far as I know, there isn't a magic something that you could eat or something like that, or even something that you could say. It's just over and over again and over and over again. I think for me, what really helps is the knowing that I practice as much as I could, right? So for example, let's say I have a show in a week, okay? So in a week, I have a show. So what can I do right now? Of course, I'm gonna be a little bit nervous because maybe I don't know the routine well enough. So I'm gonna practice. So if I say, hey, I'm gonna practice a lot today, I'm gonna practice a lot tomorrow. In the next 7 days, I'm gonna practice as much as I can. So by the time that it comes, by the time the show time comes, I am going to look back and say, hey, I did the best I could. I did the best I could. And I'm gonna focus so much and try to be as confident as I can that I put in all that practice, okay? Yes, I'm gonna still be a little bit nervous because I haven't gone through the performances and stuff like that. But once I do it, once I know that, hey, I was able to complete it through and I didn't mess up as much as I think I did or whatever, and even if I did really, really good, then what happens is it gives me more confidence for the next time, okay? So hopefully that helps, and I don't know, I think it might seem like common sense what I'm saying, but if you've never gone through it, and again, Kumar, I want to say, I'm going to give you much respect for even doing it, okay? For a lot of people out there, if you're just watching this, whether it's just my channel or somebody else's channel, if you never performed before, you don't know what we're talking about, right? You don't know the anxiety. Some people say, oh, I don't get nervous, whatever. Okay, that's cool, that's different. But for those that do get nervous, Kumar, like you, like me, it takes repetition. It takes consistency and the experience. And somebody asks, like, well, then why do you do it? If it feels so bad. It doesn't feel bad. It's an anxiety feeling. It's a nervousness feeling. But what happens is when you finish, there is that feeling of joy, right? There's a feeling of accomplishment. That feels so much better. Again, so for those that have never done it before, I challenge you to try it. I challenge you to try to learn a dance routine or dance solo or whatever and perform in front of somebody. Whether it's performing in front of your family gathering or perform in front of a large crowd, it doesn't matter. There's a certain adrenaline rush after you do it, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, guys. I don't know if you could hear the music in the other room. My dance partner right now is giving private lessons in the other room, so it's always cool when other people are dancing with me. Not with me, but I know that they're dancing, and also you guys out there, different parts of the world, in Brazil, in India, or wherever you are. If I just know that other people are dancing, it actually makes me really feel really good. Okay, one more thing. According to your experience, Kumar, you asked, what mistakes should dancers avoid in order to fulfill the dance dream? These are very, very good questions. There's so many things that I can give you. Okay, there's so many tips I can give you. And one of the things that I want to encourage you and anybody out there that's listening right now, I have interviews throughout the week. I interview dancers who've made it, big name dancers and local dancers. I interview them and I ask the same questions, right? What are your tips? What are your tips on how you got good and how you can teach other people? Because most of the dancers that I interview, they're also teachers themselves, okay? So I'm gonna give you maybe just one or two right now. So what are some of the things to avoid? You said, what mistake should dancers avoid in order to fulfill their dance dreams? The first and the foremost, the number one thing is you got to believe in yourself. You gotta have real passion with it, okay? The mistake is listening to others that doubt you, okay? Again, this is not the most important because there's so many different obstacles or mistakes that people can make. I remember when I was striving for my dream, my goal to become a good dancer, right? Especially for my parents. I don't know if your parents or your loved ones or family support you. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. You might have people that eventually don't support you, okay? A mistake would be to listen to them and to give up your dream. So the number one rule is always pursue your own dream. If this is your dream, don't let anybody talk you out of it, okay? Surround yourself with people that also believe in the same dream. So if you're in that environment, a nurturing environment, that's gonna help you grow with it. If your parents or loved ones, unfortunately, don't believe in it, it's really easy for them to divert you and talk you away from it and make you see that, oh, you're never gonna make any money from this or whatever, and things like that. I got that a lot when I was pursuing this, okay? Constantly saying, hey, you should focus on books or whatever, things like that. Anyways, I faced it a lot. So that is one of the biggest things. One of the biggest things. There's so many other things, this could be like a 10-hour conversation of how many things to avoid, all these different things. But I really think that parents, as much as they think that they love you, they want to give you good advice and stuff like that, what they're ultimately trying to do is put themselves in your shoes, because maybe their personality is different from yours. They're going to tell you what they think is best for them if they were you. Does that make sense? But you, if you know truly your own passion, if you know, like, look, I feel different. I feel really, really good when I learn this dance, when I do this dance. Whether it's money or whatever, that's different, right? So if you're for sure in it, if you're never gonna quit, you will always succeed, okay? So hopefully that answer strikes you, and you really take that to value, and never let anybody talk you out of it, okay? Even me, shoot. What if one day, I was like, dance sucks. Don't even let your dance heroes talk you out of it. Again, one of the things that I see some dancers do is maybe they have a dance hero. Maybe they have somebody that they really, really look up to, and that dance hero is a great dancer, but maybe that dance hero may not have a great personality, maybe they don't know how to be friendly and sociable. And what happens is when a person meets that person, they get disappointed, and then they stop hating the dance because of that dance hero. Don't let that person talk you out of it either, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, Kumar. All right, Victor, one more question. What kind of fundamental styles do you think is more useful in the type of popular choreography you said? Okay, so you're asking me for my opinion, okay? Again, this is just my opinion. It's not the truth or whatnot, and I respect you for asking me my opinion. So I just want to say what I think is the most useful. I would say the ability to isolate, okay? I used to say popping. Popping is so important because popping teaches you timing. So rhythm is the number one thing. Rhythm no matter what. And rhythm is not a fundamental style. Rhythm is just the fundamental of dancing. It's the core of dancing. Rhythm, so much rhythm, okay? So many people miss that. So many people think, okay, rhythm, yeah, I understand. It's the basics, okay? It's the basics. So, and so many people overlook that, and they just start thinking about, I think one of the mentioned things you say is like character, personality, level changes or whatever. Those are really, really good fundamentals as well. But the one thing that's even more important that trumps all of it, the core center of dance, is rhythm. Do not bypass rhythm and start doing other stuff. I focus so much back on rhythm. Once the rhythm is so strong, yes, everything else will be there. But so many people, I'm talking about like people who are supposedly experts, supposedly professional dancers, they missed it as well. They focus too much on the other stuff where the rhythm is off, okay? So I would say rhythm all the time, by far, okay? Once that is there, naturally your personality will come out. Why is that? Because now you're not focused. Hold on, let me get up for a second. My knees kind of hurt. All right, here we go. Okay, so once you get your rhythm down, it becomes, when it's natural, right? When your rhythm is natural and now you can focus on your relaxation. When you relax, it's easier to let your personality come out. Whereas if you're focusing on your personality, then it's not natural. Does that make sense? You can't focus on it. You just have to be it. You just have to be like, okay, here's the music. I'm relaxed. My rhythm is perfect because you do it so much, right? Just like walking. You walk so much, or you run so much, or you ride your bike so much, you're not thinking about like, how do I pedal you know, what's my position when I pedal and things like that. You just do it. Well, same with dance. Your rhythm is there. You're not thinking about where's the beat, am I early, am I late, you know, how am I doing with the beat? But if you're always on beat, then the personality start coming in. You can feel it. You can see the natural, the face, you know. You're not fake smiling. There's a lot of instructors that tell students that, hey, you know, you gotta smile more. You gotta focus on smiling. So then you got students who go like this. You can see it in their face. They're focusing on the choreography, but because their teacher tells them to smile, they're like, their mouth is open, but it doesn't look like a natural smile. It's the same idea. I would say, don't focus on personality. Your personality should just come out, okay? Train your rhythm. Train the routine that you're supposed to be doing and do it over and over and over and over again. So much so that you cannot mess up. If you cannot mess up, then the personality, the natural personality will come out. Hopefully that makes sense. Guys, and the things that I'm talking about, how much you train is a lot. It's a lot, all right? So a lot of beginners dancers right now, you know, maybe they go, oh, you know, I train so much. I train half an hour a day, you know, thinking that half an hour a day is a lot. I mean, it might be a lot compared to someone who never trained before, but if you really want to compare to the people who are really, really good, that's nothing, right? So, anyways, let's go back to here. Hopefully that makes sense. Lin Hua, maybe, did I say it right? Lin Hua? Lin Huang? Lin Hua? Lin Huang. Okay, Lin, I'm just gonna say Lin. Beginning greater than fundamentals, groove, intermediate greater than variation level musicality. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say, but I think what you're trying to say is at the beginning level, it's more important to get your fundamentals and your groove. And at the beginning level, then you focus on variations and levels and musicality. And then as an advanced dancer, focus on characters and tricks. And I think in general, I would agree with that, right? In general, I would agree with that. I would say focus more so on just rhythm. Everything you say, I agree. But here's the question. The question is, how do you know when you're a beginner and when are you an intermediate and when are you advanced? Does that mean when you're still a beginner, you shouldn't focus on characters and tricks? I don't know about that, right? This is just categorizing when to do what, and maybe it's good, maybe it's not good. Sometimes, I think for classes, it's good. For a class, right? What I mean by that is, let's say you're a academy, you're a studio, and let's say you have 100 students or 1,000 students. How do you divide them up? This is a good way to divide them up, okay? But as an individual, right? Right now, I'm talking to you, each person individually. Instead of putting yourself into classes, focus more, right? Focus more on, let me just get my rhythm down. Different kind of rhythm, right? There's a different tempo. Some songs are faster, 90 beats per second, 90 beats per minute, 100 beats per minute, 130 beats per minute. Different rhythm. Focus on dancing with them and be perfect with it, okay? And yeah, sometimes you have to practice some of the tricks. Let me stand up a second. Yeah, and sometimes you have to practice the tricks. And again, for those that don't know what we're talking about, what are tricks? Tricks, sometimes we associate them with acrobatic stunts, right? So if you're a gymnast, maybe doing a backflip, that would be a trick, right? Or the ability to, get your arm and be really flexible and, put your feet over your head. That would be a flexibility trick, like being double jointed and things like that. That would be a trick. Trick is something that not everybody can do. But then again, that's not a good definition because dancing on beat is is something that not everybody can do as well. So it's kind of hard to define a trick, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about when we talk about dance tricks, okay? All right, these are all awesome questions, man. I'm really happy to get all of you guys here and share some time with you guys. Let me see. Lynn, you said, I think it's more effective that you focus only on one thing at a time. I think you're absolutely right, Lynn. Focus on one thing at a time, okay? And the thing is, guys, think about it this way. If I'm asking you, if I say, hey, I give you 2 math questions and do them at the same time, it's really, really hard. It's possible, but it's really, really hard. So as far as me, if I'm a dance instructor or any kind of instructor, if I want my students to be successful, I want you guys to focus on one thing at a time, okay? And that's what I would do as well. So focus on one thing at a time. To me, it's the rhythm, right? And I'm gonna go back to the first thing I did, right? Which is when we did this move right here, or this move right here, we did one thing at a time and we build. We start building, okay? Like a martial art, right? You wanna know all your white belt stuff before you get to the yellow belt stuff, and then the green belt, and so forth and so forth. It's the same idea, right? You gotta be able to do this first, and then this. So don't start with this if you can't do this correctly. Here, here. Okay, so all these moves are building on top of each other. And for me to get there is because I focus on one level, I focus on one thing. Once I got that thing, then I got to the next one. So yes, okay? Lynn, you also asked for locking. There are a lot of tricks. Alpha kicks, yes, exactly. We're Lynn, very, very good. Let me know where you're from. I suspect that you're somewhere in the Asian country, maybe China or somewhere. A lot of great dancers out from the Far East. So much respect. Of course, myself, originally I was born in Taiwan. So I see, it's always good to see a lot of good Asians. Again, people from all race, all over the world. We love this street dance. Popping, locking, house, breaking, crumping, all the styles, all the streets, salsa, tapping, all the dance styles we love, I love, and I hope that we can share with everybody. There's no discrimination. I don't believe one style is better than the other. It's the music. The music helps us or influences us to dance a certain way, okay? Enjoy the music, enjoy the dance form, and to me, that's one language. It's a language that binds us and helps us become one, okay? Lynn, you said you're from China currently, you're living in Germany. Awesome, man, that's good. I love it when people start migrating from different, from one place to another. For me, from my experience, the people that I meet that are the coolest people, the funnest people are the people that are well traveled, okay? I'm not saying if you never traveled before, you're not cool. What I'm saying is if you do travel, you will be cooler than if you didn't travel. The reason why is because by traveling, you experience different culture, okay? You gotta experience different culture. And when you experience different culture, there's more understanding, okay? When you understand more people, you'll know, oh, okay, that's how they were joking. Or maybe you don't understand how they joke, now you understand how they joke. And you'll find that in general, most people like to laugh and like to have fun. And the way they joke may be different from one culture to another. And if you're more experienced, you are more tolerant of people. But if you're so narrow-minded in the sense that you never traveled before, you don't understand how people could joke a certain way, that's also being narrow-minded. Does that make sense? So for those that travel a lot, I highly, much respect. My goal is to travel a lot more so I can understand more culture, different parts of the world, and I'd love to connect with everybody. So that's good, Lynn. Now that you're German, you picked up locking. That's awesome. So you're dancing soul locking style, chill groove style. Excellent, excellent. Keep that up. You know, Big Brother Storm is out there, so if you get a chance to take his class, I highly, highly recommend him. I think Germany is not too far from France. I got a homie there, Gemini Locker right there. So hit up Gemini, hit up Storm. These are legendary guys out there to learn from. All right. So guys, P-Lock, I can't forget P-Lock. Yeah, of course. This guy is phenomenal. Okay. All right. Guys, my hour is coming up to an end, but I do enjoy our time here chatting. So feel free to drop in every time I'm here. But again, once again, a quick reminder: I'm gonna be live every Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, Pacific Standard Time, wherever time it is in your town. If you could drop in, feel free to drop in and say what's up. All right. So before we end it, I'm gonna play some song, and we're just gonna dance our way through and enjoy the rest of the day. Okay, music time. Here we go. Alright guys, that's enough for me chilling. Hope you guys have fun with me. Until next time, my name is Siege. Let's keep it funky. I'm out. How'd I stop this thing? Oh, hey, drop in the chat or drop me a like for the support. I do appreciate that. Alright, there's the X button. I'm out.